Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. We just hit 47.6k subscribers. Let's get to 50k by election day. Please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. And now let's get started. We have to talk about the great state of Nevada. Donald Trump is going to hold 2 rallies this weekend in the state of Nevada. Why exactly is he doing this when a lot of people are saying that it is gone for Trump? It's because a lot of the data he's seen from his internal polls probably show it close. And we did have some leaked data from someone close to the campaign who said Trump is up by 2 in Nevada and Arizona. I don't know if I believe that. It is an internal poll. But again, the campaign didn't leak it. Somebody who was close to the campaign did. So it's possible that that is the case. But even so, polling is very difficult in the state of Nevada. The only poll that consistently actually gets it within the, even margin of error is Emerson. And we did have one poll out of the New York Times that had Donald Trump down by just 4 with plenty of undecided voters in the state. That is a plausible outcome at the end of the day. We don't know if polls are going to have the same Republican bias that they've had in the past in Nevada, but it's very possible. But again, very, very hard state to poll. But can Donald Trump actually win the state if he tries hard enough? Well, the question is, would he even want to? Again, you look at the electoral map. Trump, in my battleground map right here, has 248. Dems have 212. All of these states right now, Democrats are leading significantly in the polls, but that can change, and we've criticized the polling on numerous accounts. So Donald Trump could win any of these states. He's going to have to work hard for them. Maybe he's down in them right now. But let's say Donald Trump tried to get to the White House by winning the state of Nevada. Wouldn't work. Okay, well, maybe since he's doing good in Nevada, what if he gets Arizona? Doesn't exactly get him there. He would need to get Nebraska second and New Hampshire to get to 270, or he could forego the 2nd district and try to win with 269 in the state delegations. So again, it's going to be a very, very difficult map to see where Nevada actually helps him. Now, let's say this happens. Donald Trump goes out there and he wins Pennsylvania. He works hard on Pennsylvania, 268, loses Nebraska 2nd, which is plausible. Then he has to make it up by winning another state. New Hampshire or Nevada can technically get him there. Yes, it's possible we could see a red Nevada and a blue Arizona this cycle. It's not likely. I'd give it around a 10% chance of it happening. But contrary to popular belief, the state is not moving in the Democratic column. Yes, demographics are changing. A lot of people are moving from California. But the industries in Clark County, not exactly the same ones you see in Phoenix. Clark County's moving to the right, actually. In terms of the swing, the trend of Clark had moved a little bit left over the past couple of cycles compared to the state as a whole, but you saw massive trends in the rural areas and you saw massive swings in Clark County towards Donald Trump's column, and the midterms Republicans really didn't get beat that badly. They only lost by roughly around 5 points. It actually moved to the right of the country. And you want to talk about how Donald Trump can win the state of Nevada? Well, it's going to come down to Clark County. He could improve. He needs to max out the rurals, yes. And Reno, he's going to Reno. He could try to flip Reno. A lot of statewide officials did end up winning Washoe County. Trump could win the county. He only lost it by roughly 3,000 votes. But let's say he makes up the 3,000 vote gap there and maybe gets 2,000 from the rural areas, maybe Carson City, Mineral County, some of these places. Okay, so then he would still be at a 20,000 vote differential. In Clark County, Trump lost Clark County by 82,000 votes. That means Donald Trump would need to get those numbers in Clark. He'd need to get them down. He doesn't have to gain Hillary Clinton voters. You'd need about 20,000 less Democrats to actually turn out, which is plausible. Again, you look at the metrics for Latino turnout, less enthusiasm than last time. Black turnout's expected to be less than last time. You look at the governor there. A lot of Republicans are angry at their governor. Now, the governor may have a high approval rating, that is true, but anger is what motivates voters, and a lot more angry people will come out and vote, and they might not be happy with the lockdowns, even though the polling about the lockdowns or whatever may look good for Sisolak. He still has a lot of very angry people at him. That is a turnout motivator. Will it be enough to alone flip the state? No, there's not a whole lot of room to grow, but you also have to look at third-party voters. Look at Gary Johnson. He took 22,000 votes in Clark County alone. All the third-party candidates took roughly around 60 to 70,000 votes away. And it depends where they're coming from. Some of these polls that have had Donald Trump losing the third-party voters in 2016 2-1, I don't buy them. They're not based on a very good sample size. Here we can see with Romney third-party voters, Donald Trump has a massive net favorability advantage over Joe Biden. If you look at the Obama third-party voters, on the other hand, Joe Biden does have a lead, although the net favorability advantage for Joe is not necessarily that high. So it really depends on where they're actually coming from, because this was a much more comprehensive meta-analysis surrounding the approval rating based on 2016 vote choice. As you can see, a lot of the Obama-Trump voters are sticking with him. A lot of the Romney-Clinton voters are sticking with the Democrats, even though they may not like them that much. They still oppose Donald Trump. Those are your rhinos right there, full-blown rhinos. So absolutely, when you look at the net favorability of candidates among the 2016 groups, you can see that a lot more movement will happen in the third-party vote to Trump's side. A lot of Gary voters and McMullen voters will come over. That's why I don't buy the talking point that has Utah as like likely or leaner. I think it's dumb. So Nevada, definitely a state that's been moving right a little bit over the past couple of cycles. So again, if Trump maxes out the rurals, he's got a shot. Is it likely? Well, we really don't know. In the midterm elections, in terms of the approval rating of Donald Trump had a 48% approval, 51% disapprove. That's actually the same as Wisconsin. And if you look at the approval rating for Trump in the recent poll, Trump is only at a -1 net approval rating in the poll where he's down 4. So again, it's very possible that Donald Trump could come away with a victory in the state of Nevada. But again, he really doesn't need Nevada. I don't believe he'll get it at the end of the day. You also have universal vote by mail. That could easily help stunt his chances at the state. But again, if Donald Trump wants to win, he's probably better off spending his time, spending his money in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, maybe even New Hampshire if he wants to pad his electoral vote totals, as well as Michigan. I think Michigan is a state that's going to go down the wire. The polling has tightened significantly in the Senate race. Peters was up by 10. Now Peters is up by roughly around 4% or so in the aggregate, and that is with an outlier poll in there. Take that outlier poll out. Peters is up by like 3 points or so. So that's margin of error stuff. We'll have to see what it is at the end of the day, but again, the Midwest is extremely hard to poll. It was abysmally off in 2016 in favor of Hillary. It was abysmally off in 2012, the polling in favor of Romney. So you do have to look at that and take that into consideration as well. So again, I don't expect Donald Trump to win the state. I don't know if he really should be spending that much time there, but I could see why he'd want it. It would pad his electoral college totals, but again, it's not a must-win. There are very few electoral map scenarios where Donald Trump would probably be needing Nevada if he wanted to win. Okay, especially because if he wins Nevada, there's probably around an 80% chance he also wins Arizona. A blue Arizona, red Nevada is a possibility. But again, if you put Arizona as a red state and then you add Nevada, it's still, again, there's very few scenarios where he would need it unless he loses Nebraska second, which I wouldn't be sure he would be doing if he was winning both Arizona and Nevada. So it's kind of a slope there, but definitely Trump can try to make a run for it. He's going there. He's going to do a rally. He's going to have a good time with his supporters and maybe see if the polling changes. Because if the internal polls have Trump up by 2, or that's what they, throw out there, the rule of thumb, you take off 5, maybe Trump is down by 3. Well, that's still within the margin of error. He could go for the state if he thinks that he could win with Nevada and New Hampshire, because that's the same, 10 electoral vote thing that you would get with Wisconsin. And if he gets both that and Nebraska second, then he's at 269 and he can win in the House. So it's interesting to see why exactly he would be doing it. And also, you look at some of these polls, they have Latino approval rating for Trump up higher, Latino enthusiasm overall down. That's going to boost Donald Trump at the end of the day. And again, polling in the past has been bad for Republicans because there was higher Latino turnout than anticipated last cycle. If the Latino turnout really does drop and Donald Trump and Biden are neck and neck in the polls, yes, I believe that it really could go either way, because the reason why I didn't expect Nevada to go red, even though the final aggregate had it red, was because of that Latino turnout. Massive numbers you saw in Nevada and Arizona. And you don't really see that much this cycle yet. Maybe it'll change, maybe. But Biden's really focusing on that white college-educated voter to carry him. And I'm not sure they're going to be all that enthused for him. He obviously is going to make some gains ahead of Hillary in 2016, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough formed across the finish line in many of these states. We're really just going to have to wait and see what happens. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump is probably not going to be focusing on the state in the long run. It is a dark horse, though. We'll watch the polling. We've seen very little polling. You can't even go off of one poll, the New York Times poll, which historically has kind of had a little bit of a Dem bias, so we'll really have to wait and see. But it's a state that's kind of competitive, and we'll just have to watch on election night and up to election night. What do the polls have to say? What do other data points have to say about Nevada? Because yes, registration data looks good. So maybe Republicans are getting energized on the ground there. We'll really just have to wait and see. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, become a member, donate to the Patreon, or subscribe. Star links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.